What if I told you that the reason most people do not reach their goals is likely not because they're not capable of doing so, but they simply don't lock in long enough to actually see the results? Today, I'm locking in for the rest of the year, not just with motivation, but with strategy, evidence, and habits that actually produce real results. And honestly, I want you to come along with me. This video isn't just another vlog. It's simply a plan for consistency, growth, and transformation. So let's just simply talk about why locking in actually works. And I know you guys like to tussle, but I'm gonna tell you what research says. Research shows that only 8% of people achieve their New Year's goals, even though they're the ones who set these goals in the first place. The biggest difference between 8% and 92% simply isn't talent. It's the consistency over time. In fact, a study published in the European Journal of Social Psychology found that on average, it takes 66 days to form a new habit, and it'll take even longer to make this new habit an automatic one. That means if you start something today, commit to it, and literally by the end of the year you'll literally be a different person with new results. So locking in is simply not about perfection. It's not about going hard for 1 week, burning out, and quitting. Locking in means showing up when you don't feel like it, staying consistent instead of being dramatic, and choosing small actions every single day. Locking in is simply discipline without punishment. It's consistency without guilt. It's progress without comparison. Let's talk about what actually separates the successful. Study shows that people who actually write down their goals are 4.2 times more likely to actually achieve them. People who break their goals up into smaller ones are 50% more likely to succeed. Higher achievers are 58% more likely to review their goals every single day. And here's another punch. Only 14% of adults have clear written goals in the first place. So most people, you can honestly say that they are simply just running a race blindfolded. And then they later often wonder why they're losing. So you may be asking, well, why do most goals fail? Goals fail not for the lack of desire, but simply for the lack of structure. People set vague goals, they don't track their progress, they don't review their objectives regularly, nor do they typically have a accountability or a plan. Studies show that a huge number of people quit their goals simply because they are poorly defined and overwhelming, not because the goal itself is impossible. And these key points are simply why most people focus on the outcome, not the process. And this buries them deep into frustration. So now we'll dive a little bit deeper and talk about the science of why focus and locking in truly works. Here's the psychology behind the focus. When the brain has a specific target, your neurological reward system activates every single time you take action towards it. You feel progress, and progress normally feels good. Research in goal setting theory shows that specific challenging goals lead to better performance 90% of the time compared to vague ones. You literally train your brain for success by staying focused, not remembering randomly what you need or should do. So I'm just gonna take myself for example. Remember how I stated in my previous video on how I was locking in on YouTube? I simply decided to lock in on YouTube because for me myself, I'm trying to create another stream of income. Being that I would like to become one day monetized on YouTube, I know that it's going to take consistency, hard work, and dedication even on the days that I do not feel like doing anything. I have been taking some much needed time and much needed rest for myself in the past few days, which will explain why I have not uploaded a video. However, I also told you the importance of not burning yourself out throughout this process. So being that my goal is to simply upload 30 videos for the month of January, I know that I have to show up for myself and put my best foot forward in order to achieve and be successful with this thing. I am a goal getter. I sometimes fall short of being consistent, but so far this year, I have learned the power of showing up, remaining consistent, and pushing through when I do not feel like it. That goes for my schoolwork, my content, and my workout or lifestyle plans, simply because I want better for myself. So I know if I sit around and do nothing, watch TV all day, continuously scroll on my phone, or just be out doing God knows what, just randomly spending my money on things that I feel like I want or deserve, I'm going to be stuck in the same position that I was stuck in on December 31st of 2025. So it was time for me to snap back into reality, get it together, and focus. refocus. Locking in to me simply means writing down what I want, breaking these things down into weekly and daily routines and not trying to do everything at one time. Reviewing my progress daily, whether you're looking over analytics, whether you're checking on your bank account, whether you are just checking in on your progress with school or whatever your goals are. I feel like you need to have a daily check-in with yourself so you can make sure that you are staying on track and on task. Eliminating any distractions. When I say eliminating any distractions, if you got to get rid of some friends that you had been questioning yourself about because you feel like they've been holding you back, okay, do that. Any type of environment that is holding you back, they must go. We have to eliminate all distractions. A man is getting on your nerve, he's not helping you, he's not pushing you towards your goals, he's not encouraging you. Get rid of him. Eliminate any distractions that you have in your life because that's the only way you're going to get ahead. And last but not least, knowing why I am doing something. Your why is simply what matters most. And when you keep your why in mind, you're likely to go ahead and keep pushing forward in order to accomplish all of your goals. I'm not simply telling you this for just simply motivational purposes. This is simply me telling you that this is discipline with proper direction. When you lock in, your brain becomes an ally. So I know that I have dumped a lot of information on you guys, but let's just talk about the power of small wins. Small wins truly matter a lot. When you learn how to celebrate your smaller wins, it keeps you motivated and it keeps you on your toes and it keeps you actively working towards your goals. Small wins build confidence, confidence builds momentum, and momentum builds results. It's why the 8% don't typically think, oh well, I need to be perfect. They think in the terms of what's the next action. And focus plus action trumps perfection every single time. You also need to keep in mind that you need to create systems that support success. If goals are the roadmap, systems are the vehicle. Experts say that systems and daily routines and habits are more reliable than your goals alone. A goal simply tells you what, while a system actually tells you how to get there. When you lock in with a system, you stop waiting on motivation. You create consistency, and consistency compounds. And these are simply just some things that happens when you decide to focus and what actually happens when you lock in. Your productivity increases, your motivation stays higher, your happiness and confidence rises, your time management skills improve significantly, and you double down on what truly matters to you. People with clear goals report higher satisfaction, engagement, and confidence. I'm here to tell you that this isn't hype. It's simply measurable human performance science. So here's your challenge. What's one thing that you feel like you need to lock in on today? What's one goal that's worth your focus? And what's the action that you can take right now? Write it down, say it loud, and start now. And this is simply how success starts. Not with luck, but with decision and discipline. Success isn't the lottery. It's a pattern that you create. A pattern of focus, intention, and daily action. Today you decide, I'm not doing half effort anymore. I'm locking in for the rest of the year, and I'm becoming part of the 8% that actually succeeds and reaches their goals. And must I remind you, everything takes time. Nothing good or nothing successful happens overnight. You have to get out of your head that you can do things within 7 days, 30 days, or 90 days. Even when you surpass those 30 to 90 days of constantly doing the same thing in order to reach your goals, you have to keep going, because sometimes our roads look a lot bit different and a lot bit longer than our neighbors or our peers. And we have to stop letting comparison be the thief and robbing us of our true and authentic journey when it comes to building the life that we truly want and that we truly deserve. Keep in mind, this will not be perfect for you. This is your own unique path that you are taking to reach the other side. Rome was not built in a day. So what makes you think your life will change in a day? I know that God has the final say so and that he has control over all things, but you have to be willing to meet him halfway and stay positive and stay confident and believe in yourself and tell yourself that you can too do this. We often see these huge content creators or these huge beauty influencers or people who are making 6 figures on the job, but you have to think about the sacrifice that it had to take them in order to get to where they are today. Let that be your story. Keep going so that you can look back on this year and tell somebody how you stuck to your goals, how you stuck to the course, and how you reached your goals, and how consistency paid off for you. And I hope that you take this video and that you walk away feeling like a champion on today. And if this video did help you, please leave a thumbs up. Comment if you are new here. Make sure that you do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are notified on every time I the latest gems.